everybody. I'm Shannon with Partners in Parkinson's, and today I wanted to show you some home exercises that you can do right in your own kitchen. We are always talking about this when we meet, those of you who have known us for a long time, but with quarantine and everybody kind of being stuck in their houses, and then a day like today where it's really rainy, it's a good opportunity to do some things in your house. Also, these are all exercises that you can build into a routine, either breakfast, lunchtime, dinner, sometime where you're making toast or making coffee, washing dishes. All of these can kind of be rolled in. So I'm going to give you some examples today, and hopefully just a real short video to touch base with everybody. So first off, always start with some cleansing breaths. So I'm going to turn this direction. My kitchen has an island and across from the kitchen counter. So a lot of you might have a setup like this. Some of you might have a galley kitchen, but some of you might not have a second surface. So maybe you just have one surface. That's okay. A lot of these you're going to need some support. So, but for me, because it's kind of a narrow space, when I do my deep cleansing breaths, I turn this direction. So always in through your nose, out through your mouth. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And on this next one, we're going to use our loud voice. So inhale, really good opportunity when you're doing those inhales and exhales to use all that breath support for a nice loud long ah. All right, now that you have those out of the way, let's do some arm stretches. So these are good to do at your sink, but you can also, I'm going to do them kind of both ways so you can see. Your feet are hip width apart, so hips straight down to your feet, and you're going to bend at your core. So again, inhale, stretch, exhale, back to center. Inhale, stretch, exhale, back to center. And if I was doing this at just my sink, it might look like inhale and exhale, bending in the middle. You should feel a nice stretch in the obliques. Exhale. Good. So that's an easy stretch to kind of get you started. And then the next one, let's move to our legs. So a single leg stance. So this is a great one to do when washing your dishes because it provides a little dynamic movement. So you're just going to stand on one leg and you can let go, you can wash your dishes, you can move around, and all of that is helping with that balance. If you need to hold on with one hand, both hands, no hands, the important thing is you have that for support if you need it. After you're on that leg for a while, switch and do the other leg. I do this when I'm cleaning the sink, so I stand on one leg while I clean one sink, and then I switch and I clean the other sink, and that always gives me a lot of dynamic movement. All right, next, shoulder rolls. When I'm at home and I do shoulder rolls, I like to hold on to something, so like cans of soup is a good idea, just a little bit of weight, but you don't have to hold on to anything, but you're gonna roll forward, and then you're going to roll backwards. And having that weight helps me from going like this, which is what you want to avoid. So a lot of times when I put something in my hand, I can keep my shoulders away from my ears. All right. Next, trunk twist. So this one is one of my favorites because with Parkinson's disease, we really lose a lot of that rotation in our trunk, and that's something we want to constantly work on in our fight against Parkinson's disease. So a really easy way to do this, and a very functional way, is to have something on your counter, reach over, pick it up, switch hands, put it back. So this mimics the movement of, like if I was at my dishwasher and I would take things out and put it away, or if I was in my pantry and I might be moving side to side. So again, you're just crossing your body. Now, if that isn't challenging enough, a lot of times I use a marker and I put them a little further back. So you can have a place where you know is a little further back, so it's a little bit more of a challenge for you. And you're gonna reach back. And you're gonna reach back. And make sure you're touching those points, and that gives you a lot of rotation in your trunk. If that's too challenging though, you can hold on and just reach and reach and reach. Important thing is your feet are facing forward so that your hips are forward, so that it's that middle part that's twisting. All right, toes and heels. So this one you can do at the sink, you can do at the counter, but basically you're going to go back on your heels and up on your toes. Oh, I just realized I didn't put my tennis shoes on. Please, please, please wear supportive shoes when you do these exercises. So up on your toes, back on your heels. Up on your toes, back on your heels. Up and back. This one is a great one when you're making toast and waiting on it. Most toast cycles are 2 to 3 minutes, depending on how dark you like it. So you can kind of go up and down, maybe mix in your single leg stance. Or this last one that we're going to do is also a good one to do. So my floor is tile, so it gives me some nice lines to look at. I want you to stand kind of heel to toe, so your feet are in a straight line. And this may be really challenging for those of you that have some balance issues. So that's why it's good to have something to hold on to. If I didn't have a setup like this, I could stand this way and hold on. But I want you to see what I do with my toes, so I'm gonna go this way. So heel to toe, putting my weight through the back foot, so that I don't end up leaning forward. Back foot, all right? You're gonna tap that front toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you're gonna pick it up and move it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to center, back this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to center. Now move that foot behind you and put that weight into that back foot, and then do this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move it to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the middle and back to this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should really be able to hear that tap. And that's that. All right. Let's take a deep breath and give ourselves a big hug. So big breath in, out, big breath in, and end this one with a hug. That's a Gina special. She always has us give ourselves a hug. And then we also always like to end with kind of a quote or something to give you something to think about. And this one is an excerpt from a book that we've all been thinking about lately with graduations. Most of my kids, their school ended today. So from Dr. Seuss, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose. And while usually we think of graduates when we read that book, today I'm thinking of you, and I'm thinking of people with Parkinson's, because at any given time we can steer ourselves in a different direction, in a healthier direction, and always, always, always in a positive direction. So thanks for joining me. I hope this helps, and have a great day.